Sorry, my faithful companion. I'm chatting instead of playing. Alright. That was one of the boss-like things. I've run partially through this, and then they had a maintenance window, and the servers went down for a little while. These are nice. These actually have started costing quite a bit on the free market, so it's or on the money market. So it's nice to get these as drops. And this is probably something that I will be wearing. Heck yeah! Ooh, look, a slot, and it's quite an improvement. So, yeah, I'm a happy camper. Well, it says I have 4 of these puppies somewhere. So yeah, I should review these. Anyway, I'll do what it says. You may not have had time to read it. But I have 4 enchantments. Right here they are. The Radiant Sigil. I have purchased on the auction house for Zen. I don't know if you can find them for Astral Diamonds, the in-game currency, or if you actually have to pay cash or trade for these, but these are the Preservation Wards, and you'll see where these come in handy. I paid 100 Zen for 10 of these, so they're about a dime a piece, real money. The developers have repeatedly said that there is nothing offered in-game for cash that you cannot receive by just playing the game. So, you know, I'm sure some people are going to put that to the test. And I'm sure also that doesn't include the exclusive items you get for buying like the hero pack or whatever. I'll identify a couple of items here. Some of these I should be able to wear. Like, I don't think I have any rings yet. Yeah. And these boots are obviously better than what I've got on. More stuff to identify. They put a nice little star that says recommended if the game thinks it's better. It doesn't take into account, you know, your play style or what you want to do with the game or whatnot. But I think this isn't the one I just picked up. Plus it's level 16, and I just ran out of identify scrolls. So, which is the one I just picked up? It had a slot down here. Okay, it's already identified. Oh, I have to be level 15. Dershgummit. Well, I'll still show you what I do. Here's a sigil. Now, there's a couple of things to keep in mind here. To the left, you'll see as I hover over it that it gives a color guide. There's yellow, green, and red. That means that if I put it into a yellow slot, I will get the plus 3% gold gain. A green slot gives me plus 100 maximum hit points, and a red slot gives me plus 10 power. This seems logical, but yet it's not really yet explained anywhere. Now you will see here in the healer's tunic, I have an empty slot, and the color of that empty slot is green. So I can then go scroll over to my sigil and see that by putting it into the green slot, I get plus 100 maximum hit points, which, if you'll look at my total hit points, are 2,790. So 100 extra, even 200 extra, yeah, I don't know, you know, what, half a hit, a fraction of a hit? Not a whole lot. But if, as you level up, you start getting 2, 3 slots in each piece of gear, and there's like 8 pieces of gear, if you just went all hit points, then you're talking, you know, and let me show you this real quick here. Anyway, then let me finish my sentence. Then you're talking a significant amount of hit points if you focused on that in all of your slots and you ranked up your sigils, because this is just a sigil 1, rank 1. So how to rank these up? I have 4 of them. You need 4. At level 1, they're cheap enough and they drop often enough that you probably wouldn't use one of these preservation awards for a dime. You know, you just, what happens if you fail is you actually lose 1 of the sigils or runes or emblems, rune stones. You lose 1 if you fail. And it says to double click to fuse. So here we go, double clicking. This is going to upgrade it. This is kind of the upgrade screen and everything. To get over, first of all, it says on its own that I have a 90% chance of success. As these ranks go up, it drops, every rank so far that I've seen, it drops 10%. So to fuse a sigil rank 2, you get a 80% chance of success. Sigil rank 3, you get a 70% chance of success. Now, here with the ward, what you can do is either buy some, and here, let me show you how this works. Are you sure you wish to spend 100 Zen on 10 of these things? And they cost, that's about $1. Not now, I already got some. I already have some. English teachers. Okay, so yes, I do wish to use one. Now, what that means, does it say? Protects a group of enchantments or rune stones from being lost on a failed fuse. This item is only consumed on a failed attempt where it is used as a component. So, I don't know that that's true, because last time I used one, I lost the item, or that, the ward went away, and I succeeded. Unless it counted a failure. I don't know. Maybe I failed and it actually succeeded instead. But it was a 90%. No, that was like a 70% chance of success. I fused I believe it was 4 level 3s together. So that one actually may have failed and used up the ward. We'll try this one here. So fuse. I got 4 of these. 1 of these, so it should guarantee at least that I won't lose any of the sigils. Like I said, level 1, not that important, but whenever you're at level 3 or 4, and that means that you've used, 12 of these level 1 puppies to get there, you don't really want to lose 12 level 1 sigils trying to fuse up to level 3 or 4 or whatever. Anyway, the math makes sense. It's late, and I've drank a lot of caffeine, and so some of my sentences are going to be fragmented, and some of my concepts are going to be tangents like this one is. Anyway, here goes the fuse. Boom. Look at that. I got a level 2, and it looks like it did not use the ward. So, I can put it back here. No. Done. I did use the ward. So, I don't know what all that whole thing about not using it on a failed attempt or what. It makes more sense that it actually uses it if you want to guarantee it. It's going to cost you something, But, and then here we go. I can't wear this yet, but just to show you how all this works, I believe I can drag and drop this onto it. Enchant item. I right-click there, and I'll say enchant item, drag my doohickey sigil level 2 over, and it says, am I sure that I wish to permanently discard it? No, I do not. Oh, here, look at that. I drag it to the wrong spot. IR smart, boom, and enchant. Oh wait, cancel. Let's look at what this does. Oh, I have all of these that I could do, so I didn't have to drag it over there even, it looks like. I could just pick the down button and actually pick that. So I pick it, and I enchant. Now this is a little confusing. I had somebody say, wow, now it's going to cost me this much just to actually put it in. No, that's not the case. What this says is once the enchantment is attached, removing them intact will cost astral diamonds. To remove this, it's going to cost 3,120 astral diamonds, which is probably, I'd say, 3 to 5 hours worth of play, and going to your, once an hour going and doing your invocation thing should net you about that much. Now you could also earn them in other ways, and so that's just 3 to 5 hours worth of using the invocation once an hour, which I'll show you as soon as this timer runs down. I've got 13 minutes left before I can do it. Okay, yes I do. Boom. And now then this piece of armor, when I hover over it, shows that it's equipped. and 200 maximum hit points. But like I said, you know, if you had at level 30, I was getting drops that had 3 slots on a chest piece where you could equip things. If they all happen to be green and I put maximum hit points in there, then we're talking, you know, 2, 4, 6, and that's just level 2. Let's say I had level 3 sigils in there. Anyway, you could see that it could really make a difference. Money sink, it could be, indeed. Yeah, this is the gray area of the pay to win that I'm not sure people are going to be super fond of, but it is hidden through a lot of subterfuge. I mean, because you could buy all this stuff with cash, right? And as you level up, there's not exactly enough, the drops aren't frequent enough that you can easily keep up with somebody. Now at max level, this really isn't a concern, because then you're just talking about time versus time spent grinding and acquiring these items versus spending money to shortcut the amount of time that you spend doing that. As you level up, you know, unless you have a high level character that's grinding and finding these for your lower level character, then there's really not any way for you to keep up with somebody willing to spend a little bit of bucks. So that's a gray area, but about one of the only areas that I see the whole pay to win thing. Most everything else is convenience. Other than, like I said, I bought that companion for cash, which gives me a little bit of a leg up. Now, how much of that can I take into battle with me in PvP? Because that's the real concern, and that question is still kind of up in the air. I don't know. I haven't done PvP yet. I'm not sure if I can yet. Okay, I need to sell some stuff, but I did buy a greater bag of holding, so I have plenty of free space. Okay, that was a long tutorial in the middle of this dungeon, but something that needed to be gone over, I think. It is going to be the thing that's slightly confusing to people. And oh, did I just exit? Oh, for crying out loud, now I'm going to have to redo all those bosses. Oh well, maybe I'll get another good drop, right? Right? Oh, no, it won't even... My quest is no longer there. I must have finished it. That must have been the last boss, because I had, like I said, gone in there and gone through it a couple times. So, I'm off, returning to the Scout Galen. See what he has.